Did you know? The law was named after chemist and physicist Robert Boyle, who published the original law in 1662. Robert Boyle was one of the most influential chemists of the 17th century. He was born in County Waterford, Ireland on January 25, 1627. Robert Boyle along with Robert Hooke conducted a series of experiments on the properties of matter. They constructed an air and air pump that helped in studying air pressure and vacuum. Suppose we put this air in a hard container. In the tube 1, we see that the air compress each other resulting of low volume and a high pressure. The tube 2 has a bigger size of container resulting of having a high volume and low pressure of gas. Boyle's law states that if the temperature and amount of gas in a closed system stay constant, the absolute pressure exerted by a given mass of an ideal gas is inversely proportional to the volume it. The Boyle's law is expressed in the following equation. The first one is P sub 1, V sub 1, is equal to the P sub 2, V sub 2, or as P sub 1 over P sub 2 is equal to V sub 2 over V sub 1. Let's have an example in order to understand it clearly. First example. An oxygen sample has a volume of 120 milliliters when its pressure is 0.3 to atm. What is the final volume of gas at 0.83 atm pressure? In answering every equation, we should always use the Gressa method. The G stands for given, R stands for required, E stands for equation, S stands for solution, A stands for answer. The givens in this question are 120 milliliters, which is V1, 0.3 to atm, which is P1, 0.83 atm, which is V2. We are finding the final volume of gas in which is called the V2. To find the answer, we need to use the formula of Boyle's law, which is the P1, V1 is equal to P2, V2. In the solution, we need to formulate another formula in order to get the final volume, which is the V2. We need to cross-multiply the Boyle's law formula to formulate it. And this is the formula that we make. V2 is equal to P1, V1 over P2. Now, we need to substitute the givens in the formula that we made. It should be written like this. V2 is equal to 0.3 to atm times 120 milliliters over 0.83 atm. Cancel both atm units in the solution. So the final volume of gas that we get is 46.7 milliliters of oxygen. Now let's go to example number 2. When the pressure is 35 kilopascals, the sample of gas takes up 230 liters of space. How much pressure must be applied to the gas in order for it to reach a volume of 480 liters? Don't forget to use the Gressa method. First, list all the givens. The givens are 35 kilopascals, which is the pressure one, 230 liters, which is the volume one, 480 liters, which is the volume 2. Now we are finding the final pressure in the question. To find the answer, we need to use the formula of Boyle's law, which is the P1, V1 is equal to P2, V2. In the solution, we need to formulate a formula to get the final pressure of this question. This is the formula we made by simply divide both sides by V2. We will start in P2 is equal to P1, V1 over V2. Now, substitute all the givens in the formula that we made. P2 is equal to 35 kilopascals times 230 liters over 480 liters. Cancel both liter units. So the final answer is 16.77 kilopascals of sample of gas.
I hope you all learn a lot of things about Robert Boyle and also his famous Boyle's Law. That's all. Thank you for watching. Chinning.